plate. Wanna see it at the table, wanna act like they grateful. Don't mess with outsiders, y'all looking real unstable. If anything, they should ask me how I do it. Start taking notes, recording my every movement. I know that I'm the best and I ain't gotta.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to KB's Community. Today, I am here with dancer, choreographer, and motivational speaker, Christopher Gilbert.
What's
up? How are you?
Shoot, I'm chilling. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
I can't complain too much.
Yeah, right.
So,
as you shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, everybody could complain, but
ain't nobody gonna listen.
No, right. And what's the point? Exactly.
It's too much, other stuff going on in the world to be caught up on what somebody else is doing, and need to be more so about what we doing.
Exactly.
You feel me? So,
Yep. I agree. So first of all, you are Milwaukee born and raised, correct?
Yep. 414 through and through, Northside, 32nd and Elite to be exact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever thought about leaving, or this is home and you're staying home?
I spent a little time in LA, and that was cool. It was a different experience. It's kind of like culture shock when you come from like Milwaukee, which is like a little pond, in comparison to LA, which is like an ocean. And it was great, but I feel like I was missing something. And I'm like, I'm a homebody. I'm not gonna hold you just because I know what this city means to me and like what I like give to it. And I'm like, if I gave it to somebody else, it's not gonna hit the same. So for me, I kind of just was like, yeah, if I'm gonna do what I'm doing as myself, I got to be here doing that 1,000%. So and I've been here for most of my life. And that was like a short stint, but I love this aspect of what my life has become because of what it is and where I'm doing it.
Yes, exactly. And you're definitely a gem to the city. Milwaukee loves you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I would hope so. I'm here. I'm putting out.
You always outside too. And the thing is, if I'm not outside to see you myself, I'm seeing you in somebody's pictures or videos or something.
You really can't miss me or mix me up with nobody else.
No, you really can't.
I stress that a lot, like in the classes I teach or wherever that I'm at. I'm like, individuality is like a huge thing for me. So I'm like, when they see you, let them see you.
Yes.
So I'm like, you gonna see me for sure, wherever that I am. So I take pride in it, and I hope that like projects onto other people, and they feel the same way about themselves, whether it's image or mindset.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Yeah, you just have a very distinct style, and then I think that draws people to you. But then on top of that, you have the personality that matches your style. So there's no mistaking you for anybody else.
Got to go hand in hand, right? Like, because you could be like. You can look the part, but not be a solid person. So then it takes away from it. And so I'm like, I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, you may hold me to, okay, you dress this way, you dance this way, or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, hopefully what I'm remembered mostly for is like my energy and then how I made you feel when we experienced each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'll take that over a suit or a two-step any day. So
for sure.
So that's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been dancing for?
It's always the number one question in my life. I feel like I started like around like 8, but I didn't take it serious until I was like 14, so high school. So I'm a late bloomer.
Okay.
Definitely didn't think that was what I was going to be doing. My ideal job in my mind was like to be a forensics artist.
Oh, okay.
So I do art, and I'm a visual artist first. Musician second, and then dance is third. So the fact that I'm
musician,
I
don't think I knew that about you.
Yeah, so I played music for a while. I was in a band, and then we traveled and toured and did a bunch of stuff like that. Dance just kind of picked up. That wave just hit different. So I was kind of like, well, if it's moving, I gotta move with it.
Yeah.
And so like every day that I wake up, which is any day that I get a chance to wake up, I'm always kind of like, this is crazy that I'm here, that I'm doing this specifically. But also I feel like dance has just kind of been like an outlet and an extension of me, but my true calling is to like speak life into others.
Okay.
Obviously put on for the city, but then just like and show love, because like I said, I always feel like you can never have like too much love in the world. So it's like, why not push that narrative? Why not promote that? Yes. Preach about it, whatever. If you follow me, I'm talking that every day online. So like I feel like that's what I'm really here to do. The art is just like an extension of like who I am. So
yeah. I feel like a lot of times our gifts, not a lot of times, oftentimes our gifts are usually a vehicle to get where we need to be in order to be used to basically speak to the people and to have an impact. Sometimes there are people who are focused on just the singing, dancing, whatever, but then there are people who understand that part of it is just what's getting you the initial attention so that you can do your bigger purpose, you know?
And I think everybody does have that.
Yeah.
Always, my mindset has pretty much always been like everybody's brings something different to the table. So it's like once you figure out whatever that is, expand on that. You know, we always hear the saying like people are like stay in your lane. I'm like, cool, I'll stay in the lane, but expand that lane.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's yours, so you can run it up however that you want to. That's how all any of my artistic friends, but just people in general too, especially now with the state of where Milwaukee is, like we up. Like, and so it's like whatever that you do, run it up.
Yes.
Right. Don't just settle for just being like a one-track pony kind of situation where you only focused on one thing. There's always something more to like what you can do and who you are. So it's like go crazy with it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's important. And that's the only way that we really like gain the value out of ourselves, but like everybody and everything that we've like built so far. And right now, and the wave is like so strong.
It is.
So I'm like, however I can get it, whoever I can reach, whatever that looks like, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're doing. So it's like whoever that you bring into this space, you understand that there's value in that. And then it's like, okay, let's reach more people.
Exactly.
To bring value out of them, or like I said, just to bring light to what we really working with here. Because man, we got it.
Right. And that really is the purpose of this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to highlight what we have because even last year when I started it, like the city wasn't as popping as it is now. So right now I feel like it's a great time to be doing this.
Right.
So what would you like your imprint and your impact on the city to be? Like, what would you like to be known for besides dancing and everything else?
Right. Helping, leaving it better than how it was when I got here, above anything else. Just because it's like, I don't know, I grew up on the north side, so you got the perception, you got the whole like stereotype, statistic, and everything that was like, I don't know, spoken on it and still till this day. And I'm like, nah, I'm changing that narrative. I don't know what you're talking about. I never like fell into that and been like, well, this is what it is, so I ain't got no choice. So I gotta like, I have to you know, be a part of this pity party and like fall into this like mindset of, well, then this is all that I'm good for. I'm like, shoot, I don't know about you, but I know there's a whole world out there, and it's a lot of potential, and it ain't nothing but room and opportunity. So what you doing with it? So for me, it's just like showing whether it don't even matter whether you look like me or not, but obviously, especially if you do. But it's like, shit, we so much more than what they saying. We so much more than what sometimes they only see in us. You know, you turn on the news, which unfortunately, like a lot of times is what, like 95% negative. So then it's just like, we not falling into any of that. Yes, that's there. That's anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's so much more than that. And I'm like, what I want my people to know, anybody that's ever interacted with me, anybody that's ever had an experience with me, it's just like, man, we bigger than just this. Exactly. It's cool. It's a moment, but like, let's make it last a lifetime. Let's actually like cook together. Like, you got something that I ain't got. Yeah. And vice versa. So like, it's whatever we want to do with it, we can make it happen. I've seen it. I'm like a living testament of that. I don't know. Every day I'm always like, I can't believe I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm here, but shoot, we here. So that must mean we got to do something with it. So, and it ain't just me. Everybody got something. So I'm like, all right, I just want you to see more for yourself because it's there. So why not be more? And more importantly, be more for you, you know, because it starts with you. If it ain't on you and if it ain't going through you, then who you doing it for and why you doing it? Exactly. Above anything else. So yeah, it's just I want my city and my people to see more for themselves because I know it is there. If it wasn't, then that's different. But that's definitely not the case, and that ain't never been my mindset. So I'm running that until my last breath with that mindset. So that's what I would say.
So you're one of those people you like to see the potential in what we could be. You don't like to see things as just what we are right now, but you like to see what we are building toward, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is just like it's always there, right? So we always hit the term, right? Like it's about to be our time and we about to be up. And one of those like how basically where the city is right now. And I'm like, shoot, it's always been that. We just ain't grasping. We just ain't step into it. Like I always say, like walking your greatness or more so running your greatness. Like it's there. That's not something I could teach you. That's already embedded in you, right? It's in your DNA. But when you realize like what you're working with, then it's like, shoot, it's endless. You got options. You can't tell me nothing, basically. Like I'm about it. And I've been on that since I realized I had a voice. I realized like, okay, I could have an impact. I was doing what I was doing before being an influencer was the it thing. It's just like you already that. You ain't gotta live it. It's like when people say, oh, I'm an ally. Well, if you're an ally, you just show up as that. You ain't gotta tell me that. So my mindset is always like, shoot, be that change you want to see, you know, and obviously others, but more so like your city, because I care about what happens with this. Because shoot, we here. Yeah. What they say, we ain't here for a long time. We here for a good time. But shoot, I'm trying to make it good this whole time, right? Well, whatever that is going to be, you know. So whether it's in the classroom setting or if it's we at a night market, a street festival, summer fest, whatever. Like I'm coming with the vibes. I'm coming with the love, and I'm hopefully giving some perspective on like, shoot, it's yours, whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, so when people see me, I'm hopefully in my mindset always I'm a reflection of those I reflect myself onto. So when I'm putting out, I'm like, I hope you see that for yourself as well, but in your own light.
Yeah.
Right. It's never an expectation of you need to be like me, move like me. No, that'll never be the case.
Just be authentically
yeah,
you.
right. Because it's supposed to be that way, right? If we was all meant to be the same, then it would be that. But it's not. It'd be boring if that was the
We'd be
case.
robots.
Right. So I'm like, nah, like whatever you got, whatever that it is, claim it, run with it, you know, live in that. So it's beauty in that. I just want that for everybody. It don't matter whoever that it is, whoever I come in and encounter with. So
yes.
Yeah.
So what would you say on your journey has been your greatest challenge? And then I'm gonna ask you about what has been your like proudest moments as well.
Oh, I think greatest challenge was realizing that it's okay to be like you. Cause I grew up like they were like, oh, there's no money in art. Dance is not masculine. You just weird because you too happy all the time. So like I was like, I guess I had like a real identity crisis for a very long time, like growing up, and especially like being black and young and like from the north side. Like it's not like how it is now where you got TikTok, you got all these like places where dance is like so like socially acceptable.
Yes.
And like it's the it thing. You got like babies to grandmas doing it, right? It wasn't like that back then. So I was like a shell of myself because I was like, I don't know if I could really step like that and move like that because it'll be perceived a certain way. And then it's like, I guess getting through the trenches of like worrying about being socially accepted when it's like, shoot, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Some people gonna rock with you, some people gonna not rock with you. I used to stress image so much, especially being somebody in like the public eye all the time and working in entertainment. You're like, oh man, I got to make the right move, literally. With every step I make and whoever I'm around, or how I speak or how I present myself, and it's like, hey, it is what it is. You gonna be who you gonna be. Ain't no changing that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be okay with that. So it took me some time, but then once I got to that space or was able to navigate through that, I'm like, shoot, I'm so secure in myself. You know what, Kendall? I ain't never been so at peace in my life. You know what I mean? Until like now. It took me some time.
Yeah.
But I stress it so much to like my students or whoever, like yo, like you got to sit with that, be okay with that, and like not feel as if you need to up and move or play this game, the comparison game all the time of scrolling. It's like you got what you got, you are who you are. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes,
Embrace
work with it.
Yeah, embrace whatever space it is, whether it feel like you on the up and up or you're on the low. Like there's a reasoning, there's a place for all of that. You're supposed to take something away from all of that.
Yes.
And I didn't do that when I was younger because I was just so caught up on what everybody else thought or the validation or approval or how many likes. It's like, shoot, it don't matter, bro. You can't take none of that stuff with you when you go to the grave.
Exactly.
So what do it really mean at the end of the day? So are you okay with yourself or you not? So I would say that was my first or that would be my answer to like that question or first moment of like, ooh, this is something I gotta really work through. Like,
okay.
You know, and being okay with that. And I think one of my proudest moments to answer the other half of the question is going to therapy.
Okay. Good for you.
For me personally,
yes.
Don't got nothing to do with accolades or like my success. Like that's cool and all, but like I think really sitting with myself because my therapist, shout out to her, she was like basically like what you were pushing out for so long and like providing was like toxic positivity. Oh, I ain't work, you know, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm a positive person, so I don't. How could I ever go wrong? Or I'm never gonna put out energy that's not great. It's like, no, you covering up for something, you compensating for something else. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Like I didn't realize it till like I had to sit with myself to be like, all right, damn, this is real. We all go through it, and especially as a black man, you know, we don't go to therapy. We don't talk about them things. Nope, you're supposed to cover that up, rub some dirt on it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like once I started to like really be honest with myself or vulnerable more than anything, I was like, man, that's such a powerful thing because you see yourself in a different light.
Yes. And
then your light start hitting different. And then it hit other people different what they like. And so now I was like, once I like started doing that, because I was like 2019, I was like, man, I've never seen myself so much.
Yes.
Like I see myself for once.
Because you did your shadow work.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, and everybody like, you talk about it, but I'm like, you got to sit with it. Like I was basically like, I quarantined before everybody quarantined in 2020. When I started in 2019, I like stepped back, cut off a lot of circles I was in, and I stopped putting out so much energy. And then 2020 came, I was like, okay, this is just a reason for me to really sit with it now because we was in the house.
Yep.
And so since then, like that was like the beginning of my 30s. I was like, all right. And they say it, but you don't really believe it till you get there. You're like, it's different. It do hit different. You get there, you be like, okay, damn, I gotta like move different. I gotta think different. And like, you can't just talk about it, you gotta be about it. And you can't just like say that you're gonna like make these moves or be about that life or whatever. It's like, nope, you gotta like really submit yourself within that. And so, and I've done that for the last like 5 years of my life, and I'm 35 now. And like I said, that's why I feel so at peace, and like I feel like the most humble version of myself. Even more like I've always been that way, but it's just like, man, like life and who you rocking with, when you have opportunities to have exchanges like this, like don't take that for granted. Don't look at it as just like it's whatever, or just oh, you know, I'm helping so and so. No, we helping each other.
Exactly.
You feel me? So like, yeah, I would say that's been like my greatest like accomplishment, is that realization, because it's helped me now put in perspective who I need to be, who I will be, and what I'm going to be moving forward.
Yes. That's beautiful. I love to hear that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So what made you want to become a motivational speaker?
To be honest with you, when I moved to LA, perspective
was it toxic or?
Yeah, you know, like okay, so and it's ain't no shade against nobody else city or whatever, right? Like LA is everything that you think it is, in my opinion, and more.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you go to a place where it's kind of just like so much happening, and like you're getting pulled to go in so many different directions, lose weight, dress this way, you need to move like this, be in these circles, don't go in those circles. And then also when you tell people where you're from and they're like, oh, what's there? Or it's only beer, cheese, and cows, or you grew up on a farm, or like I was like, nah, or what they do know is only negative. It's only what you see on the news. I said, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's all of that, right? So I was like, I took that personal, as Michael Jordan said, like, you know, like that, I felt that. I was like, well, when you see me and you gonna see me, what do I want the perception to be? What do I want the lasting memory to be? I said, well, shoot, it's gotta be positive. Let's change this narrative. Like, yeah, I may be in the room for dance and for this audition or doing these shows or touring or whatever the case may be, but I want you to feel something greater than that. I want my message to outshine that. Steps only go so far, but who you are, that's forever. So it's like, how you want to be remembered? You know, what do you want your legacy to be? And I said, well, definitely positive, but I care about my city so much, I'm gonna carry it with me as if it is my name, you know. And so that was 2012, 2013, when I started to like kind of put myself in a different mindset of like, it's bigger than just arts and just movement. That's cool. But it's one day, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna fade. One day I'm not gonna be able to hit, you know, I ain't gonna be able to hit the folks. So, you know, I ain't gonna be able to go crazy like I used to, you know, because that's just, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But who you are up here and here, that's forever. So I was like, man, when people see me, I want them to see my city. I want them to feel what I know, what we are here.
Yes.
You know, there was a moment just recently, this past Wednesday at the night market, where they was playing They Not Like Us, and it was the babies and the strollers, and it was, you had black people, white people, Hispanic, Asian, like, oh, it's just a mixture of people, right? And I'm like, yo, this is what it's about. This is what it should feel like. This would need to be broadcast on the news. And it's not, unfortunately, a lot of times, unless you're on the ground and you physically there. And I was like, man, this is my city. This what is this.
We have some great positive gatherings where we can all be in the same place, regardless of age, race, and all having a good time together. And that is the stuff that you don't see. Yeah. And I'm like, whatever it is to help push that narrative, like, sign me up, put me in, coach. You know, I just told somebody recently, I was like, I know my role on this team. I'm not necessarily one of those guys that's like, I need to be a leader. You need to listen to me all the time. Like, yeah, I'm a very vocal person, but I'm with whatever. I'll play any position. It don't matter. As long as we getting that dub together, you know what I mean? So, because it don't work that way if everybody obviously trying to have too many chefs in the kitchen or trying to speak over each other. And so, like, you know, I'm in this place of like, I'm in such a collaborative place. I've always been that way, but just more so now. It's like being in a space where I can collaborate, but making sure like everybody that's around me, like they really get theirs. I know what I'm gonna get. Because when I show up, you know what I'm coming with. Or like how Denzel said, you know I'm leaving with something. So like, and that's cool. But like at the same time, I'm like, man, it looked better. The table looked more like put together when everybody's sitting there and everybody getting theirs, because it's more than enough food, it's more than enough place, and it's definitely more than enough seats. So what we doing? So we never have no excuse to not
go get it together.
Some people's mindsets are just stuck, though.
Yeah.
Some people are stuck in there's not enough for all of us. There's not enough for me and you.
Yep.
I have to be the greatest. I have to be the best. But no, we really do all have our roles in this.
Right.
And the thing is, if you can be a more open-minded person and understand that we probably going to eat more if we're
Yep.
all eating together, like we'll have a banquet in front of us.
True.
If we can all sit down and work this out together and be in it together.
I mean, it is that simple, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's conversation, right? It's communication, like, but like, I don't know, like, that's the other side to the city where like we just like don't agree on those things, or we choose, right? Because it's a choice. You choose and not to, and I'm like, bro, it's so simple, right? Like, it could be that way, and I'm like, there's a lot of people like, well, that ain't my responsibility. I don't feel like having to take on that much responsibility. I mean, somebody got to do it. Why not have it be somebody that's from here? I don't mind people coming in. We got implants all the time. People that come, that's great, right? You chose us. But at the same time, like, for the foundation to remain as true and as honest as it's supposed to be, it got to be built through the people that's built it up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if that's not what we doing, then what we working towards, what we doing it for. And so that's why, like, I am here, not in LA. I'm not in New York. I'm not somewhere else. Because I get people telling me that all the time. Well, why are you still here? You wasting your talent. I'm like, see, when you tell me that, that means you think that I'm too good for my city. No, I could never be too good for the place that like basically put me on. Yeah, Milwaukee could be a lot of things, but like, I'll take it. I like the tough nose. No, you got to earn this. You got to show me, like, all right, bet. I come from the era like when there wasn't all the social media, wasn't all that, so much access to where like you got to pull up and show me what's good, what you doing. I remember going to high school dances and like battling people. Like, okay, I don't even go to school here, but like, what's good? Like, I'm showing you, like, I'm about this.
Yeah.
And it's all love. It's it's good, competitive, energy and all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, I'm like in that space now where I tell the kids as much as possible. I'm like, it's yours. You ain't tomorrow's leaders, you today's leaders. It's yours right now. Like, whether you feel like your voice is loud or not, it's on you.
Yes.
Right. And you could be so much more vocal than I was at your age, because like I there was no access to it, or I wasn't in that position. But now these kids now, and like they watching too. So it's like, what you preparing them for? Like, are you supporting them? Are you pulling up? I know some people, they don't like kids and they not for all that. Like, but shoot, somebody got to be here for them.
I work with kids. Doing youth outreach. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. It's us,
that
right?
Next generation. Yes, it's us.
Yeah.
And that next generation, like how we treat them.
Yeah.
And how we allow them to view themselves is so important as well.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to stifle them, because I honestly have a feeling that they're going to be greater than us.
I mean, as they should be, right? Like, that's what it should be. Like, I hope, like I said, leaving it better than how I was when I got here. I hope y'all take what I did. You say, that's cool, Chris, but I can one up you. Bet. Let's go. Do it better than I did it. Like, it's crazy because like that perspective or the mindset of like realizing like we the aunties and uncles now. Right?
Exactly.
Like, it's on us. Like, we really gotta like be them ones, because it is us. There is like, it's that those that came before us, like they did what they were supposed to do. Now it's supposed to be on us. So I'm like, and we in that perfect space of like, at least for me, like we in our 30s, we're like not too young, not too old. You right in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got enough experience on both sides.
Exactly.
To know what's good. And you tapped into both. You still got your OGs, but you still tapped in with the youth too. So like you could really bridge, you know, but also change the dynamic and like the feel of everything just because of where you at in the mindset, if you want to. And that's a choice again. I choose that every day. So, I don't know. Like I said, we ain't here for a long time. So I just want to make sure, like, while I'm here, I'm making it count.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job. I showed up for my city. I want my city to know, like, hey, you ain't never got to worry about what my position is or where I stand when it comes to us. You know what I was on. I gave you everything I had, without a doubt. Nobody else got it. It was here. I'd be crazy to take it anywhere else. You know what I mean? So we here with it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I respect that a lot. There's so many people who gain a little bit of notoriety and are quick to run away and pretend they don't even know Milwaukee. Like,
all the time.
Milwaukie,
right?
Where's that? Who's that?
Right. And I get the feeling as if you got to go somewhere else to go get it because
I do.
your city can't offer it to you, right? I get it.
Yeah.
We're not LA, we're not New York, but they not us
But
either.
stop acting like we don't exist
Thank
when
you.
you leave is my only thing.
Exactly. No,
it's okay to leave. Do what you have to do for your personal growth, for your happiness. Do what you got to do, but also still respect where you're from. It's like, don't have people being like, oh, they're from here. Because honestly, it's been plenty of people who I've been like, oh, I didn't even know they were from here.
Big facts.
Yeah.
I think that like, if I've learned anything, especially with like traveling, it's like go get the resources, go get the knowledge, and then take it back.
Yes.
Because it's always gonna be somebody that's not willing to go do it from where you're from, or they don't feel like they're confident enough, or don't think they have it. So, but if you in a position and you got that kind of power, and you can move like that, that's a responsibility. That's like you gotta go get it,
yes,
and bring it back, and hopefully maybe we'll inspire them to say, let me go do the same thing, and then so on and so on. But if you're not, then it's like, you know, what good is it? My OG told me once, like, he was like, yeah, like anything that's beneficial, like spread it, give it out, because if you keep it with you, it's just gonna die with you. So what good is it? And I was like, facts. So whatever I got, whatever resources, I don't know everything, but I'm still learning. I'm still working on it. I get whatever I can. If I'm like, yo, it's a pothole on this road, like when you go up here, I'm gonna tell the kids I don't want them to fail. Like I'm like, look, I got you. You know, because that's what it's supposed to be, right? Like
sharing the knowledge with the community.
And no excuse not to, right? Plus, it's like as a professional or famous, I guess, poet, you could say, once said, "We all we got." So it's like, and it's true, right? It is literally us. And if it ain't us, then who is it?
Nobody got us if we don't got us.
No, right? So I'm like, we really don't have no excuses. I mean, it's Milwaukee, so we're not that big. So what? Like literally, it's just us.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's only one you. It's only one me. Like. So, like I said, we got to play our position every single time that we pull up, whatever that we doing. So, yeah, which is key.
Yes,
to keeping it going and like having it to continue to have life in the way that it's supposed to have life. Otherwise, we stagnant and ain't no post.
Yes,
and that's never been acceptable, nor should that be the case, because we're so much more than that as a community. You've been here long enough. I've been here long enough. You see it, like you know it. You like, yeah. We could be this, we could be that. Like, not like, oh, I don't see nothing for us. No,
we got greatness in us. It's just about mobilizing and doing it, going about it the right way. That's really all it is. And not being so yes, be selfish, but don't be so selfish to the point where all you're worried about is you.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that. Yeah.
You're only worried about yourself winning, only worried about that, you know?
Right.
So
I respect that.
Be selfish in some ways, though.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, it's not even selfish. Like I get what you're saying, though. Like some people may perceive this as like you need that time. Like me in 2019, the choice of like stepping back and not giving as much. Like I did see the selfishness. Like my therapist is like, no, that's like self-care. Yeah, like otherwise, what you pouring into other people, false hope. You ain't got nothing left for yourself, so you pouring from an empty glass. So what you pouring? And I was like, man, you got a point. I feel that. So now I stress that, like understanding the value of self and taking the time for self and doing that, whatever. The ones that's for you, they're gonna be here whenever you come back, whatever it looks like.
They'll understand.
You good for it, like if they really your people.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else that's probably not, they may walk. That's fine though. But that's also you're not for everybody. So you're not really missing out on them that ain't for you. Anything that's for you always gonna ride for you.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that.
I like you. I don't think we've ever I've seen you almost over the past 10 years many times.
That's crazy.
But I don't think I've ever sat down long enough to just really have a face-to-face with you. So this has been nice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I really just your mindset. I enjoy your mindset. Yeah. And your positivity, and it's a healthy positivity. Right. So shout out to your therapist too. Right? Yeah, I mean, keep going. What else you got?
Yeah, right. Look, I mean, there's so much more to us, right? So there's that. It kind of goes back to the question you asked me earlier about how you want to be remembered. I get it. I'm not naive. I'm very aware of what my presence is in the city. And when you see me, you feel whatever you feel. Or the perception of oh, you the dancing dude that's in the suit, right? A lot of people don't even know my name.
Yeah, you the dancing dude in the suit.
They hold me to that, which that's not a bad thing because that's who I am.
Yeah, right? It's a brand.
It's not like an alias or something that I'm not. It's not a front, it's not some made up persona or whatever. Like me, I like to look good, dress good, feel good.
Mhm.
And I happen to be a dancer, so you put them two things together, you get me. But also, I'm like, there is a story to it. It's like anybody, right? There is so much more to me. Like I said, I am a kid from the north side that actually cares about where he came from. That's why he do what he do.
Mhm.
That's why I'm where I am, and I'm standing on that like thoroughly, through everything. So when you see me, say what's up. If you got a question, ask me. Like I'm with all of that, just because like if it's about us, I'm for damn sure gonna be about it. But
Yeah.
I believe that like engagement, like that's so key in today's time. A lot of people have like their minds made up. Well, you over there, or you look like that, or I believe in this. So like we may not match. Shoot, I don't know. You gotta have the willingness to just think
Yeah.
more or think beyond just like only what you see or what you only hear.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm only in the position I am in my life because I've always been open minded and willing to be more and see more in other
Mhm.
people, like you were talking about the potential, because I know it's there.
Yeah.
It's always somebody that felt that way about me too.
Mhm.
And that's not like I got to where I am by myself. Absolutely not. Shout out to all my people from my family to high school to anybody that like when I didn't believe, they was like, nah, you good. Trust me. And I was like, there was those days and nights where I was like, I don't know. Like is this the move? Can I be myself? As like I said, I was questioning myself all that time. And
Mhm.
anybody that was like real to me, who I still in my life to this day, was like, oh yeah, you good. And so I'm like, sometimes we all just need just that little outside voice to just be like, yeah, you straight, you
Mhm.
secure, like don't even worry about that. Go get it.
Yeah,
And
because your
so,
mind will play games on you sometimes.
yeah, it's easy, right? We
Mhm.
human, like that's inevitable. So like I just like hope that when people see me, like it's just a reminder that like, yeah, it's cool to be yourself. That's actually that's really where it's at.
Mhm.
It's not just a wave. And my mindset is always, I don't want to just be a wave. I want to be an experience.
Yes.
Like it's
Right.
got to be more than just that, because some waves come and go.
Exactly.
But an experience is like, man, I can take that with me. I'm holding on to that. That's something that's with me forever. So with whatever I'm doing, I'm like, that's all I ever want to give is
Yeah.
an experience to people. So um, hopefully that's what they do for themselves and for others.
Mhm.
And then we do it together.
Yeah,
That's really the bigger picture, right? Like,
it is.
yeah,
I think we're getting there. I have hope because I really do
Yeah.
think with having this podcast, the people that I've been able to sit down and talk to, a lot of people have that similar mindset.
Mhm.
And I feel like I kind of pick my guests according to that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I want people who are willing to build with each other in my community,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have hope that that's something we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll build together.
Same.
Yeah.
That's why I mean and I think every time we saw each other, we was like, we're gonna meet, we're gonna link, we're gonna do it, we're
Yeah.
gonna meet. It's like, but it's cool, right? Like for us, the way we are, the way our mindsets are, it don't matter when we link.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
gonna
up,
happen.
right?
Yeah.
Because you already there. You always believe in it. The ones that may not be the case with, that's why y'all just come and go,
Mhm.
whatever. But for the ones that it is meant to be, when y'all do, it don't matter where y'all at, what time, what it look like, it's gonna be on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I've always believed, like I was like, we gonna link. And
Uh-huh.
just wait on it. Just wait on it.
Exactly.
It's gonna be good.
And
I ain't worried about
And
it.
the thing is, it's not like I thought I wasn't going to see you again.
Right.
You're everywhere.
No, it wants you and you too though.
Well,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
try
You be in the
sometimes.
I'm like, if she there, then I must be in the right space too. Then right, like she know what's up. So like that, like this speaks for itself. And I mean, shoot, it is Milwaukee. It's only so many places you can go.
Exactly.
It's only so many of us. So like that's why it's even more of a reason why it only makes sense for us to make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because this is literally it.
Yeah.
We're not anybody else. I ain't really worried about nobody else. Like love to everybody else, but
yeah, but
it's us.
Exactly.
It's,
Work
it's,
with
it's,
where you are.
Yeah, it's on us. So
it is building up our community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, why did that just give me anxiety for half a second?
Oh.
It's on us.
Which is great. I mean, like it's
pressure.
Crazy, yeah.
But you're right though.
True. But
it's a good thing though.
Yeah, right.
It's good to know that it's on us, because the thing is that means it's not in anybody else's control, really.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, why? Shoot, if I'm taking that shot or if I'm passing it, I will want it to be to somebody like you. I always tell people, like, you got to have the end game, mentality, not a bench mentality. Like,
yes.
Oh, well, you can sub me in at some point. No, bro. Everybody in. Ain't no subs. Ain't nobody on the bench. Ain't no water boys. Like, we all out here getting it.
Yeah.
So if we making these moves, if everything I'm trying to get to, if whatever that end goal is, you right there with me. You're not behind me. You right next to me. You moving with me. So, like, what we doing? So, you know, I think everybody has to see that for themselves and believe that whether they feel like they have that kind of impact or not, it's an impact, bro.
Yes.
It's always going to be that. So what you do in your presence, everything that you are, your existence is necessary. It's essential, you know, like in every possible way. And that's what I want people to really see for themselves. Whatever that they're doing, like just do it, go big with it. Don't settle, because who knows? We may not get another chance to.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's gonna happen for you. But if I'm here, shoot, and I woke up today, that must mean I got a reason to go get it.
Exactly.
Got to. That's why we having this conversation.
Exactly.
We said we're gonna get up today. We got a mission. We said we linking up at this time on this day for this exact reason. I may not know what the questions are. We may not know exactly where the conversation gonna go, but it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
I do know that.
It's gonna be productive.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what it's about. So I appreciate you for, you know, even considering me reaching out, you know,
of course.
And for 10 years being like, all right, I'm gonna wait. When the time comes, we're gonna make it happen and we're gonna do it. So yeah, like that's love, man. I appreciate it. Anytime somebody want to hear me speak or just be in their presence, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because that ain't gotta be the case.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was gonna be the case, but now that I'm here, I'm like, all right, gotta make something of it now. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So tell me, I know we went into some deeper things, but I would like to know, like, what have you been working on like this past year? It seems like you've been doing a lot.
I've been true. I mean, I'm self. We're gonna start there. I took like 6 months off from like teaching. So I have a space called Salute Society on MLK, basically in Bronzeville. My business partner Tony, and I'm like, yeah, you can't give if you ain't giving obviously back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I'm gonna start with self. I had to take some time to be like, where am I at? What am I doing? And what needs to be my next move before I like try to give anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's not fair to them because you ain't being fair to yourself. So self first. Second, being more in a collaborative space with people that I've like been able to create a relationship with over the last few years, like Summerfest and AmFam, so American Family Insurance. I've been the host at the AmFam House for the last 4 years, and this year was a huge because we did I did my first like suit collaboration with them.
Okay.
So if you know me, I'm all about the suits.
That.
And that was dope because it was like I got to bring in Nas Lane, which is one of my homies from the 3rd Ward. He's an absolute beast. If you ever need a suit, go holler at him. Whoever you talk to, you know what I'm saying? That's the dude to talk to. So I got to bring in somebody local that I believe in and I know, and see what their value is, and bring it to a company that's like, you know, worldwide known.
Mm-hmm.
So that was dope, just to step into a world, even more of the world that I'm already in, and respect, bring somebody in that I respect, and then collaborate with a company that's respected. So
yeah,
it was dope. So I'm in this, like I said, I've been in this space of where it was a lot of just self-work, but then now I'm like, okay, I'm back outside. Okay, let's figure out how to tap into more spaces, become more who you need to be, embrace your brand, embrace you.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just kind of like making those little moves now to get to whatever that next level looks like and what it will be. I don't know what it is, but I know it's gonna be something.
I know it's big.
It's gonna be something.
I don't know what it is yet, but it's big.
Yeah, because people ask me that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't really tell you. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be this or that. I just move by faith.
Yeah.
I always been one of those dudes like, I don't really have a blueprint on like this how this what you got to do to make this move, to do that. And I'm like, bro, I'm figuring out every day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I thought I was gonna be a forensics artist.
Uh-huh.
My life was like, nah, bro. And God was like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
I got something else. I know this is not ideal. I know this is not what you thought it was gonna be, but you gotta trust me. And sometimes you gotta walk into it blindly, because and that's trust.
Oh, believe
and
me. Yes.
you know, so like
there.
we are. So it's like, all right, cool. So I'm just moving with what's moving me. Hopefully it's moving others to move better.
Yes.
You know, ideally. So yeah, I'm just some more collaborations and just obviously working with the kids always. So that's never not a thing. I mean, my life is pretty much like 95% with kids, whether it's directing, choreographing, speaking life, you know, whatever, or just being a listener. A lot of times I do that too. So yeah, it's just amplifying what I've already been. I've known that my calling is, and living it out, but even more so, especially going into like the school year and just like this fall, you know, because summer is obviously, you know, coming to an end. Summer is great, But like now it's like, all right, let's
Yeah.
we got some more. Let's get to some real work.
Yes.
You know, moving forward because things slow down, temperature's
Exactly.
different. You know, so yeah, it's go time on anything that I've like kind of put off or was like I need to be making more moves on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
You are definitely an inspiration, just so you know.
Appreciate that.
I love
Likewise.
the fact I love things.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you are self-aware and you
Mhm.
know when you need to take those step back. Some people will party through it or it's
Yeah.
like honestly not take a moment to themselves because they don't want to deal with that
Yep.
uncomfortable, whatever it is inside of them that
Yeah.
is uncomfortable. So
Right.
like just the fact that you did that so that you can come back as a better version of yourself is awesome to me.
Yeah, the unknown can be scary.
Yes.
But that come with it too, right? I don't want to know everything. I do want to be like, okay, I gotta figure it out. I gotta think different. And if I do know everything, I'm too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That means I ain't working. I'm settling. I ain't growing no more. So it should be a little bit of like, I gotta sit with this, even though it don't make me feel that great.
Mm-hmm.
And I do gotta sit with this, even though this is gonna probably give me something that I wouldn't have had if I was all the way there or whatever. So I'm like, I'm cool with that. So I embrace all those spaces and I tell, a lot of the kids I work with that too. Like, I'm here just like you. This is an experience that I'm trying to figure out just like you. I don't walk into here saying it's gonna be this and I'm gonna tap in, we're gonna connect and it's gonna hit this way. Like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Right? Like every week is different. Every
Mhm.
class is different. Even if it's the same people. Vibes change, days change. Who you are, you change in a week, So it's like you gotta make it work. And in your favor to the best of your ability, but then also make the most of it while you're there too. So
For sure.
yeah, we in here. We making these moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, we're gonna start wrapping up, but before we
Yeah.
do, I want to ask if you have any questions for me or if you have any final comments that you would like to share with the audience.
I'm gonna say this, before we close out. I appreciate your presence.
Oh,
I
thank
appreciate your choice to choose to be more for yourself, and allowing others to be able to come in and experience that, because you don't have to, right? Like it could be like, okay, I do care about my city and I do see it in this light and I do want more for it, but that ain't for me.
you. Yeah.
But the ones that do choose to do that day in and day out, because I keep up, I follow, I see you, like I know what that means. To me, that means that I'm like, I'm in the right space. And that, okay, I'm not the only person that feels this way. So I'm not crazy for thinking this big.
Yeah.
Because in truth, you can't ever think too big, in my
Exactly.
opinion. So whenever, like I said, I do get a chance to come across people like you or just be in the same space, I don't take that lightly. So more so, I'm just saying thank you for being you.
Aw,
Yeah,
thanks.
above anything else, right?
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because
a lot.
that's important. Because you need a reminder, right? Even if somebody tell you that all the time,
Mhm.
it don't hurt to hear it again.
No, it doesn't.
Right? To be like, all right, let's keep,
No. And sometimes it actually keeps me going. Because there are times when I've wanted to give up and just take little breaks instead. So yes,
Same.
I do need to
Same.
hear that from time to time. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No, I got you. No, that's just for me to you. Just so you know. You feel that, right? Like, I know you
Yes,
said
yes.
you walked in, it was one of them days, you had a lot going on. It's like, but
Yeah.
we here, right?
Yep.
So
Make the most of
like
it, right?
so we not stressing that, like, cool, things could be different. It could have moved this way.
Yeah.
But now we moving this way with it. That's cool though. It's never a setback or an L. It's like, okay, it's just a lesson from
Exactly.
whatever that it needs to be for us so that we prepare for that next lesson.
Right.
Cool. We'll embrace it. We'll take it. So I got you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That was Christopher Gilbert. Thank you so much for being here.
All right.
And thank you all for listening to KB's Community. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.